is Nana Kay here from nanakdesigns.com and the Altered Book Nook on Etsy.com. It's been a busy last week. Last week was really busy. I got past my granddaughter's wedding. I got the videos of the wedding album that we made from an altered line journal on. So if you're interested in seeing how to alter a large line journal, I'm not just trying to make a wedding book, but the technique is the same in doing any kind of journal with it. That is on the YouTube site under playlist wedding album. So don't let the playlist fool you. There's still a lot of good information on putting a journal together in putting that wedding album together. Now, we're continuing to finish up the Sunny Summer Days, which is the Summer's End book going into the fall of Sunny Summer Days. Of course, this is our sunflower theme book. I'm going to try to finish it up. Normally on these books, we do not stitch them together till we're through putting all of our little attachments and all in. But this one got so bulky and it was so hard to even stitch what we did have in it together because I had so much bulk right here in the center. I'm trying to avoid my other two from getting that bulky because we still got to sew this into probably about a 3-inch spine is what I'm estimating. But anyway, we kind of got through quite a few pages on the first one, so we're going to set it aside. I'm working on a second one, which has got the kitty cats on the front, and the third one I haven't started yet. I'm just going to flip through and show you a little bit of what we've done. We actually did do a center flip out on this one already. And on the front, I've done a pocket here, and I've done a pocket here, which I'm going to put some kind of a saying there. This was one of the papers that came out of blank journal, just folded in half. I've got that one done, and I'm trying to think, I think that's the back pocket here is done. It's just a simple little kind of oval shape, and that's all I've gotten done on the center one. So we're going to work on this one. What I started with was just a simple 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. That's what I started with, I think. Let me see. I'm almost sure, yeah. This was an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper this way. And I folded it up 2.5 inches from the bottom, like this. Let me get one out so I can show you. Let me just get a blank piece of paper. That's not easy. That's easier said than done right this second because we're just getting back into the shop. Okay. 8.5 by 11 piece of paper is what I started with. And I took one of my background sheets and printed on both sides. This was the beautiful maize lace. And I printed on both sides. Then I made a determination which one I wanted in my outside. Which, all them things you have to make determinations of. Okay, so then I folded it up, like I said, to get a 2.5 inch pocket. So that's where we are. If you see this like this, get in frame. At 2.5, I folded it. That's too much. That's 3.5. Excuse me, guys. 2.5, I folded it. And it's easy just to fold one side and then make sure your paper's just kind of lined up and just press. Okay, so that's how this has gotten started. Also, when I started folding this back up, the bulk of the fold was just too much. So when I decided where I wanted my flaps to be, I did go in and slice just a thin slice out. So as you see here, just a really tiny slim slice out that little extra there. On this one back here, I flipped it the other way so that I have a pocket on this front side. This is going to lay in my book like this. Either I'm going to glue it down with it flipping out like this, or either I'm going to flip like this. I feel like sure it's going to be in the middle. I'm going to glue the middle, so we're not going to do anything to the middle of the back. I've already put a pocket here. And then I just took a journaling card, put it there, and made a tuck spot. I made a pocket here, and I've decorated it and slid a tag with journaling space on the back. Always got my journaling space now. I'm just going crazy doing that. A little bit of lace. I kind of ruffled it up, and a couple buttons and a saying. and then another tag that I'm not quite finished with. I'm not got the holes punched in the ribbon in. And then I just made another tuck spot out of one of our journal cards out of the kit. So that is where I am on this. We're going to go ahead and finish this up right now. I'm going to take the 2 cards that we've already worked on out because we've got to get ribbons on those. And I need to look at this. Now, what we're going to do, this is actually going to be glued down. This piece here is glued down. So we're still looking at needing something here. I don't really think I want anything specifically really fancy. I may just do a simple belly band. And this piece is already close to looking like a belly band. It's thin. But you don't even have to do that, because another thing you can do when you're doing belly bands and things of that nature, you can always go into and print extra stuff and make your own belly bands. Like this flower here, that's a little too wide, but we could just go in and cut this piece, fussy cut, and make a corner thing. But this is what I do. I just kind of go in and look and see what I have and what might work there. This might. Let me try this. I see a little piece here. I got to find a better pair of scissors. My scissors have all walked away while I've been going back and forth. And I don't see them here. That's a sad, sad day. Here's one there. This is my great big ones, but they'll work. I'm sorry, guys. But there again, I'm going to quit apologizing for when I have to stand up and do things, because that's the way it is. It's just the way it is when you're crafting. Everything's not always right where it should be, especially when I start videoing. Some reasons, everything runs perfectly smooth until I start videoing, and then I can't find this or can't find that. Okay. So I'm going to finish this piece. And while I'm kind of getting this prepped, I want to say, as I was telling you when I first started out, I had a lot of trouble sewing that one that we had done so many pieces because the bulk got so bad. So I went ahead and sewed all my signatures together. Everything is sewn now together, the 3. I still, of course, got to put them in one book, but I've got them sewn. So the projects that we're going to do on these, we're going to keep them real simple and hopefully not too bulky. But everything's already in place, so if I start adding bulk, I can start seeing it right away. It's not like it's going to be a big issue not to see the bulk. So it's going to be there, but we'll work with it. All right, I like this. And now that I get it on here, it's not long enough. That's typical. That's typical. Okay, so let's cut out this really long one and just use what we need. And because I am going to do something a little different with it, I'm going to go ahead and cut the brown off. I'm going to tell you, the months, the days, the weeks are passing so quickly. It's amazing to me that tomorrow, no, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, will be November 1st, 2023. This year has just tremendously flown by for myself and my family. So many events have taken place, and we've got another baby on the way that's going to be here in December. Okay, now there's going to be I think I'm going to make this a belly band, and we're going to slide some kind of a tag or something in on this. So I don't need it that long, so we're going to take our trusty little pencil here and mark about where we need to cut at. And for me, I'm going to just fold it first, and then I'll cut it. Make sure that I got it equally even here. And I'm just going to cut a really thin sliver off the edge. Like that. Okay, so there's my belly band. Now, it's too thin. So I've got to get a piece of cardstock and put on the back of it. And luckily for me, my cardstock is right here, close by. I have a big old shelf right here to my right, to my left, that's got all my papers on it. Okay, so we need a piece of cardstock, heavy cardstock. This is 110 pounds. And I'm going to glue this onto that. I have my Berry Arts glue. Hmm. Glue it down. That is just as crooked as I don't know what, a crooked road, I guess. So let's try that again. All right. All right, now we've got some weight to this a little bit. Let's trim that again. All right. Reach up here and get my head. Vintage photo is what we've been using around the edge of this, so we're going to get that out. And I'm going to stain the edge a little. I got a little piece there I want to trim just a tiny bit off of. Not perfect. There's nothing's ever perfect, but it's perfectly acceptable. Okay. All right, we got that. Now, we want the center part of the way down. I think we're going to go for the center here. Then I'm going to glue it just as close to this edge here as I can, giving me a lot of room, hopefully, for a journal. I mean, not a journal. Goodness gracious, for a tag to go in there. I'm going to have to make my own, because I know I don't have any quite the thin. So that's our next step. We're going to come in here after we get this glued down. And we're going to have to measure and see how much space we've allowed ourselves in here. And it's not a lot, I can tell you that. Okay. So, stay down. We're probably looking at needing a tag that's going to fit from right about there to right about there, which is, grab my ruler. It's here, right here in front of me. I'm blind as a bat. My lights aren't on because it's supposed to glare on the camera, so I'm trying to work, and it's really kind of dim in here. Okay, so we're looking at 2 1/4 inches wide. So my first step is going to be to take my heavy card. No, I'm going to take a piece of this, my lined paper. So that's going to be the back of my tag. And I want it 2 1/4. This pad doesn't have 1/4 inch marks on it, so I'm going to have to put it there and then kind of make the extra spot. Okay. Then I'm going to move this down to where I put the dot, keeping it lined up along my edge so I can stay straight. And then I'm going to line my ruler up on that line, and then I'm going to draw that. So I'm thinking that's my first cut, and we're hoping, let's hope that it's got the right width that we need. I'm going to cut it just where it cuts off the pencil mark, so I don't have to do any erasing. And this is such a small fraction, it won't matter, I don't think. Okay, so I said, now let's measure it and see if we've got the right side to go through. And it is perfect. First time. Now we've got to figure out the height. We want pretty much this tag to go all the way through. So I think I'm going to push it this far, and I'm going to cut it so I can put a bow on it. I think I'm going to cut it right on that line. That's what I like about this line stuff, because it measures everything for me. Okay, we'll save this for some kind of a tag or something. All right, so there's the back. Now, take my decorative papers that I already have. And I think Woolly Bully there looks cute, but I'm not sure I like the lines on the front. But does it really matter? Actually, let's just set that aside a minute. See what else we got pre-printed so that we don't have to do anything. I don't want to print anymore. I'm trying not to let my head get in the way, guys. So if it does, just yell at me for a second there. I think all I've got left are my lined papers. Yep, this one's not lined. So let's see if we can make a tag out of the corner of this one somewhere and see what we end up with. Kind of like that. So I'm going to, on the back side, I'm going to flip this over. This was a misprint, but it doesn't matter because we're just going to use a little bit of the design. Okay, I'm going to cut that off at that point. Wait a minute, let's make sure we're not cutting off more than we want to cut off. Yeah, we've got to be careful there. Let's see. I want it to be on there and there. So what I'm going to do first, you figure out a way that works for you. This is what I'm going to have to do for me. I'm going to have to cut some of that off. And I do have the small cutter I could put on my desk, but it's just easy for me to do the scissors. I don't know, that's just me. It might not be for everybody, but for me it's just easy to do the scissors, so I use them. Okay, and this, so then we're going to look at what we want on the front. Okay, I think we're going to go it right about here. So I'm going to mark that and mark that. And mark that right there. And I'm going to put my glue in within that area I just marked. There may be a simple way to go ahead and cut it and all, but for me it's just as easy to go ahead and glue it down. And then I can just cut it. Getting those edges as tight as I can. Along the edge tight. Okay, that looks like enough glue. I don't need Goliath to pull it off. Okay, line it up on the edge. Push it down. Okay. All right. You're like, what are you doing? Yep. So now we're going to cut the tag out. Remember, this is the back, so that's why the lines are these lines. I'm keeping the lines for the German card, and I've cut a little bit off there, so I am going to have to go straighten it out. And that does happen. But you know what? You don't let little things like that worry you too bad. You just go back on your board here, and you line it up. And just put your ruler there. I don't have to cut much, it don't look like. The blade. Again, that I don't know what I've done with it. The blade is not. The reason you're seeing me having to move back and forth is I was at work most of this week. Well, most of last week, I'm sorry. And I carry all my tools and equipment with me to work. And now they're separated into 3 different boxes. And before I started videoing, I should have pulled all my equipment out, but you know me. I just, like I told y'all, I've decided when I video from now on, I'm just going to video. I don't do a whole lot of prepping. And this is what happens when I don't. So we are going to have to open this one. It doesn't matter. We can get it going, and I think. The hardest part is getting that first tear on these blades. There it is. Not a problem. See? I should have done that right to start with and not even fiddled for the other one. Okay, let's try one more time. We're going to try to straighten this line out. I hope we're straight. I don't want to cut much off because we have this almost perfect, but I'm just cutting a little slither right there. You see that slither? It came off. Very minute. I'm going to look at it. I like the way it looks on the front. Line it up there. Let's see if we need to cut any off this other side. It looks like it is. I'm going to measure just to be safe. I'm going to do just a slight run down with my blade just to make sure we don't have anything sticking out. And we did have just a tiny slither. That was all. Just that little Tiny bit right there. Wasn't much. But believe it or not, my eye for one, catches that simple, it does, it really catches it. All right, now to cut my corners, I'm going to lay this little tag where I got. So I keep everything kind of uniform, and I'm going to cut it there. Then I'm going to slide it over all the way to this other side, and I'm going to cut it there again. Cut it on that side. So that gave me my tag top. Okay, so that's done. Move my trusty little stain, and let's get a little bit of a barrier there so it doesn't look so bland. I don't like the white. Y'all know that by now. So, but this, you do not have to stain the edges of your tags if you don't want to. Sometimes, see, I go in and even stain inside a little, make it look like water got on it or something. But that's just me. That's just Nenegay. All right, now we're going to grab the trusty hole punch. Line up the center here. And I'm just eyeing it. If you're not comfortable eyeing it, make sure you measure to get your center. I got my hole in it. Same thing again. Like I say, if you're not comfortable, you need to measure it yourself. I'm telling you that after a while, you will be perfectly comfortable cutting things this way. You will just get used to it. Matter of fact, even if it's off just a slight bit, by the time you put a bow in it, it's not noticeable. Or at least not to me. And I have a very keen eye for balance. And my eye's the first one to catch it if it's not balanced. Okay, let's see, before we put the bow on it, if we're going to fit in our little cubby hole it goes in. Yes, it does. Okay, everything back in place, and let's see how it's going to work out, guys. I think we're about there. I think we got one more tag to do. So that is looking so cute so far. All right, so we've got to do one more little thing here. And on this one, we might just do a bookmark. But it's the same technique as a tag. Nothing any different. Again, I got to find a page that we can use to cut something from. I don't want to use the one I already used. So I think there's a piece. I might just get him perfectly centered or him perfectly centered. Let's take a look at that. Let's do this. We need a tag that is about the same thing, I think. I think we're going to be able to do a little bit wider, just a tiny bit wider tag here, which is going to be 2.5. So this tag is going to be done at 2.5. So what I'm going to do is look at what I'm going to be able to get on it. The widest point of this kitten on here is at 2.5, which is right there. So I'm going to mark my paper right here. You see that mark, and right here, see that mark. And that's going to be my cut lines. So I'm going to fold that one there. And that's bad when you make the line and then you don't see where you made it. I have so much color in here, but I see it now, right there. So I'm going to try to fold it right on that one again. And let's see if that looks good. I think that looks great for a tag, guys. All right, so here we go. I'll line it up, put it right there on that line. Make sure we're balanced. It should be on that line on the other end too. And yes, I'm going to have to put a backing on this. Save this for later. Always look. This little strip here could be another tag, a thin tag somewhere. So we're definitely not going to throw it away. I know most of the time you would think that little strip's not of any value, but it is just right for some places when we're doing these one-page wonders. That's what somebody else calls them, one-page wonders. Whoops. Well, I did. It was perfect for that until I just did that, but we might can repair it. We'll set it aside and keep it. All right, Mr. Kitty Cat. Let's see if you're going to fit in this pocket before we go and make it. Oh, yeah. Perfectly. All right, let's go find some more line paper. Thank goodness I had printed a whole bunch. But I think I'm on my last two. All right, and we're just going to glue it down. The next time I do one of these, maybe I'll start at the very beginning and just work part of the way through so you can actually catch up. But really, if you have any issues with the first part of how I put this whole together, please don't hesitate to text me down there and talk to me down there in the comments. Because if you need help with it, I'll be more than glad to do a one-on-one with you, to text messaging, and help you walk through it. It's really a simple thing to do. It's not hard at all. Okay. Cut off the edges again. Just try not to cut into the printed materials. Now, this is too tall because you can't see any of the background for using it like it is. Way too tall. So now we have to decide, do we want to cut it from the bottom to the top? And I think I do. I think I want it about that height right there. So we're going to cut off some of this sunflower down here at the bottom. I'm going to say right into that leaf, just into that leaf right there. I don't know if you can see where I'm marking it, so let me move it up. But it's just a little mark right there. I'm going to try to fold this. I should have cut that to start with, but that's okay, because what's left over, I'm going to make for a belly band or something like we had a while ago. You know, see, it's perfect with another belly band on another piece. So we'll cut this now right on that edge. Okay. Done, 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 and done. Okay, got a little white peeking out there. So, can you guess what the remedy for that little bit of white peeking out is? Anybody want to guess? Yes, we're going to stain it, but only after I hop up again and find one of my decorative corner punches. There we go. We're going to corner punch this little baby. Okay. Now I'm going to stain him. And like I said, I'm going to keep this as a journal card. I'm not actually going to make this into a tag. This will be like a kind of like a bookmark on the side. If you want to punch a small hole in it and put a string on it like a bookmark, that's up to you. If you just want to leave it a journal card, there again, it's up to you. The sky's the limit when you're the one doing the designing. Everything, every decision is yours. You can do the same, make it, change it, whatever. Yes, I used 110-pound cardstock again. And if you want this card a little bit sturdier, you could actually do 2 layers. But this is fine. I want them a little bit flimsy because we were trying to eliminate bulk. All right, so we have now got the card that's going on the front of this. This will be what you first see when you open up. You're going to flip it open, and that's what the way it's going to open. We're going to glue the back part down. I want to do just a little something to this part of the tag. And I don't know what I want to do. I need to make sure that whatever I do is not real detailed because the background is so simple. And that's going to be a good one. Okay, somewhere in all this chaos of mine, I have a little box of fussy cuts. I love these little boxes, boy. They come in handy. Doesn't mean I'm going to find what I want here, but I kind of like the barn. And I'm going to tell you why. I like the barn, and I may go back and cover up the pocket. All right, let's do this. Let's stain it and see if we can make sure we get a good barrier around this piece of clip art so that it kind of distinctly sticks out above all that pocket in the back. That pocket in the back is really got a lot of detail in it with these flowers. But let's see. Yeah, the staining helped. I like the barn here, and I'm going to tell you, it just kind of makes me think of kittens in a barn. So, yeah, if you're a country girl, that would make sense to you. Around here, we have people who rescue cats, and the rescue home or barns. They keep the kittens or the cats that they rescue from me. I'm a cat rescuer again, in case some of you are new here and don't know that. I do cat rescue, and I do have people who are farmers, and they come get cats from me to put in the barn. We keep them feral. We like to keep our cats feral so they're not dependent on us to feed them. We get them sick so they can't produce. And then we cut them loose in these barns, and they keep the mice and things out of the barns for the farmers. So they're nice little pets or animals to have. I wouldn't say pets because we're not really petting them. I'm going to stain around the edges of my insert here, and this is what this is called. This is a 3-flip or 2-flip insert made with a 1 piece of 8.5 by 11 paper. The thing about this little insert is that, my God, you can make lots and lots of those, and you could use them in all different sizes and shapes. You could actually fold it the other way. Instead of throwing it the other 11 side, you could take 8.5 side and fold it and make it a different size, more square, like a postcard type holder. So there's a lot of things you can do with these one-page wonders. There's quite a few of them on the YouTubes. If you look through YouTube videos, a lot of instructors use these to make things. Okay, so all my tags inside, need a little bit of stain around them. And yes, I just stained the edge of my lace. I'll do that too. I heard a few people go, oh, but that's okay. Yeah, I do. I stain my lace. Make it nice and balanced. Sometimes I use a lot of stain. Sometimes I don't use a lot of stain. It really depends on what the design is on the front, whether it calls for a lot of stain or not. That one's already got a brown edge, but I'm still just going to do the edge where the extra piece of paper was added on. All right, now let's go over here in our thread stash. I've got so many pieces of paper over here. I've got some more pockets we're going to cut out and use. I have got, let me see what we've got. We've got a pretty, just plain yellow. Then I have one. Yeah, I got some polka dot yellow. It's a real thin one, so I'll cut a piece of this off. Use some of that. And I had a brown, a small brown, but I don't see my brown today. That's sad because we really need to do something a little different. I got lots of lace. Okay, dear Lord, where's my brown? No, it's not here. Just not here. Oh, there it is. It just had to catch my eye. There's my brown piece. Okay. So, tags. We're not going to make that into a tag. Just going to say. So, we're going to start with this one. And I think to match the center of the sunflower, I'm going with the brown one on this one. And I'm not going to do a bow. I'm trying to reserve the bulk, guys. So, I'm just going to do a up tag on this. And my sweet darling granddaughter for the wedding grabbed my staple gun, and I don't know what she done with it. Well, one thing I hope she didn't use on the staples, but that's what I'm going to do with this one. I'm not even going to tie this. Like I say, I'm trying at this point in the book now to reduce a lot of my bulk. So I'm going to come right in here, and I'm going to staple that down. So there's that one. If you don't like the look, tie it. But I'm going to staple this one. Okay, this is a really thin one, polka dotted, white polka dot. I am going to tie this one, I think, but not a lot, not doing a lot of bulk here. Just a simple tie. I think one tie and glue is what we're going to do on this one. Simple tie and glue. When that dries, it'll be just as tight as forever. Okay. You know, it doesn't want to do, does it? So I'm going to tie one more. Make it all stand up at the top. I'm trying to say in the video, I'm doing a good job, Emma. Okay. Okay, that one's tied. It's got a little bow on it, right there. Now let's ramble through here. Find the journal, little small journal card. There's one I can tug, but that's too small. That's my new. This is my new flattening tool that I got this weekend. Somebody just gave it to me, so well, I use that as one of my flattening tools. Okay, this is kind of a small one. We can tuck it right in here. Can we? No, we cannot, because it's not going to go underneath. Wow. It is kind of to be that little thin one, guys, I think. Well, I think we may have to end up putting this, just gluing that down for a look. We're not going to put anything else. So, you know, that's just the way it goes sometimes. Okay, we're going to go with the yellow now. Let's finish up this project. And glue it into one of the pages in our book and see what we end up looking like. Okay. Let's tie you up here. Again, I want to get my pretty glue under there. And you can twist this because it's right on the top, like so. It doesn't want to stay up there. We're just, you know what, we're just going to let it fall how it wants to fall. If it wants to fall down this way, that's the way we're going to go with it. I see no need of fighting with the ribbon. Okay, there we go. That one's done. Okay, now I really want to try something before we call this finished on that side. I want to fold this back a little bit, and I just want to catch the edge of my pockets here, if it's possible. And yeah, looks like I was able to catch it a little bit. A little bit of stain. That should have been done right away, but I didn't have my stain with me when I was doing this over the yesterday at my office in my motel. Again, guys, I'm a general manager for a motel, and I have to work, so sometimes I just carry my stuff with me while I'm waiting for people to come sign their leases or bring their rent money. All right, we are done with the inside. Yep, that's kind of cute to me. Simple. This one folds over first. Oh, we didn't get a ribbon on this one. I think since we're on sunflower again, let's do this one again. I have a good pair of scissors, though, right in front of me, and I couldn't find them. That is really sad. I'm becoming a sad old person. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm going to staple this one, too. Sometimes the trick, though, is getting the staple where it's really tight, and I have a problem with that sometimes. But we got it on that one. Bring it back over here. Get it back in where it belongs. Now, guys, there's that. Like I say, if you don't like the staples, you can always change them. All right, let's grab our kitty cat book and let's decide what page. Oh, yeah, I really like the way I done this all the way around. This has really been nice. The stitching's all the way around in this book. Oh, I really like that simple page right there. We can actually just put it right in the center. Now, a couple options here. You can, like if you're gonna do it this way, all right, you're gonna put it in this way. You're gonna glue the back side right here that we didn't decorate. You're gonna glue it down. But if you're gonna if you're gonna open it, or if this side is opening up in your book, you can actually, and it's optional, you can put it in the center, glue it, and that's the end of it, or you can slide it to the edge like this, and just glue a strip here, here, and here, and make another big pocket here. And that's what I'm going to do with this one. And if I do it on this side, I'll make the pocket on this side, which is, I think, let me take a look at the bulk here. I really like the way it looks. I'm going to do it on this page. Okay, so this is where it's going to open, so I'm going to grab that side so I don't glue it. And we're going to glue it right across here. Pretty heavy now because it's a pretty heavy piece, so you want it to stay down. And we got plenty of journal cards we can slide into the slot. Not a big deal. I've already, remember, we pre-prepped. Remember, we've done that several times with several of the journals, pre-prepping them. Okay, so now that's in that. We're going to lay it just above the stitching on the back side. I'm going to open it up so I can press it down good. Okay. All right, so there we have it. Let it dry, and then let's see what we've got that we can stuff down in there. I think we can do that one. And perhaps the silly old man. I think that's it, guys. All right, so let's stain him. And this one, I'm just trying to get the white off where I've glued the back on. Now, I've got writing on the back of this. It says make into a pocket, so I need not to use this one because I've already got plans. I originally had plans, so I had plans. So not this one's done good. A little bit of white showing there. We're going to stain this. We got beautiful stitching across there. A lot of machine stitching in this particular journal, guys. A lot of machine stitching. I've done a lot of really unique prep work on this particular book, or the ephemera that goes in this book. Okay, so I think it's held tight, and we've got it inserted into our book now. So now it opens up again one more time. See it opening up, and I see a little bit of white showing there, so we're going to stain it. Don't like that. Oh, that's from this card, so I'm going to come in here and clip it. If I don't make a mess, y'all. Say a little prayer for me right now. Because Nana Kay has a tendency to make a mess when I go cutting like that, but I didn't. Okay, so it's done. That is just a little triple fold here out of a one piece of 8.5 by 11 paper. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tags and several journal cards. So there's that. So that one is done. We're going to call that a project today. Set it aside. Tomorrow we're going to be back. And yes, for the rest of this week, the week of, let's see, October 30th to whatever the last day, Friday, Thursday, or Friday is, we're only going to work on summer sunny days, okay? I want to get this one finished, and as soon as I've got enough stuff in here that I can actually build a cover and put this book together, then we're going to set that one aside, and we're going to finish up the 'Tis the Season. When 'Tis the Season's done, I have another Christmas journal ready to do. I'm going to give you just a little sneak preview of it. It's made out of a ta-da spiral binder. I am going to have a video on YouTube about how to put together your books using these, And this is the kit, Tickle Pink. Just flip it through. It's already ready to go. That's what we're going to be working on after 'tis the season. So stay tuned and keep up with me. This is Nana Kay signing off, wanting you to have a beautiful rest of your day. Stay happy and be blessed. Bye-bye.